Good afternoon. I'm Melissa Jagodinski with the Volunteer Center of Brown County, and here with me today we have Deb Johnson and Leanne Baton, also with the Volunteer Center of Brown County. Ladies, I'll let you introduce yourselves.
Thanks. I'm Leanne Baton. I may not have met many of you. I started with the Volunteer Center on March 16th, and that afternoon our office closed to public hours due to the COVID response. So it's been a little bit of a slower uptake getting started out meeting everyone, but I am the RSVP director here at the Volunteer Center, and I work real closely with Deb Johnson.
And I am Deb Johnson. I am the Literacy and Volunteer Manager here at the Volunteer Center, and I coordinate the Reading Coaches for Kids program, which I will talk about in a little bit.
I'm going to start us off today and talk about RSVP and what is it. Because honestly, before I came to the Volunteer Center, I didn't have a clue what it was either. I'd heard about it. I knew we had volunteers in some of the agencies that I was involved in that were RSVP volunteers, but what that really meant, I wasn't sure. So the program is actually a Retired and Senior Volunteer Program, and it's run from the Corporation for National and Community Services. It's a federally funded program, and it's out there to really do two things, really. It's to engage people that are 55 or older to get involved in volunteering to help people within the community. So it's there for the two purposes of helping those in the community that need help, and also for giving people that are my age and perhaps your age a way to be involved actively. As you look towards retirement, or as you look to cutting down your work hours, you might find that you're looking for something to fill that. And RSVP is a really, really good program to get involved in to help do that. That's a little bit about how you first get in and what it's for, but RSVP really, really does do something else in that it's pre-screened opportunities that are out there for people to make touch with, to make that connection. And the way that we do that is we use different nonprofits and different organizations within our community that are nonprofit that are looking for volunteers to join in and help them. And the tasks that they're looking for are meaningful tasks. I don't know if you're like me, but I volunteered in the past sometimes, some places, and you get home and go, was that really worth my time? Or am I sure that that was really a needed thing to be doing? And when we work with, we call them stations through the grant program. There are affiliate partners through the Volunteer Center. But when we work with them, we make sure that the jobs that are out there are jobs that are going to be meaningful to the volunteer as well as to the people that they're serving. So we really want to help you make the connection with things that you're going to enjoy doing, that are going to be fun for you, and that you can go home at the end of the day and say, you know what, something I did today really helped someone. And it may be helping them in the long run, and it may be helping them in the immediate need. So we do need stations. We're always looking for those. So if you are a partner out there, an affiliate member, and you're thinking of ways that our volunteers could engage or get involved, please reach out to me. I would love to actually love to help us find some more things that are out there available to the folks that are contacting us. And if you're a person that's 55 or older, but you haven't been involved in this, I'm really going to encourage you to join us in the RSVP program. What I wanted to get to is some of why to do that, because I've talked to a few people that I know that volunteer that are in my age range and have said, you know, I already volunteer, why should I join RSVP? Well, there are some really good reasons to join. And again, all of this I've learned since I've come here. First off, you're going to have that satisfaction when you go home, and you may already have that where you are. But in case you don't, in case you're feeling a little challenged, we can help you find the connections that are there for that. And number one, that's a big thing. We can help you find those connections. We can reach out with you into the stations and find out where those are. The second thing is we do offer insurance coverage when you're out volunteering. And that comes from 3 levels. And I'm going to look at this to make sure I've got it right for you. We offer accident insurance, personal liability, and then excess auto liability. So as you're traveling to the place you're going to be volunteering while you're there, and as you're traveling home, you do have extra insurance coverage to help cover you during that time frame. Also, we do mileage reimbursement, and it's 20 cents a mile. up to 150 miles, so $30 a month in reimbursement. And actually, I talked with one volunteer the other day who was looking forward to that, and she, I thought was really wise with it, because she said, even if I'm not going to need that money right now, I could use it to put towards the agency that I serve. It gives me a way to be able to donate. It's $30 I might not have thought about in the past. So there are really some fun things involved in it. There are things that are meaningful and coming back to helping you. And there are ways that you can continue to give bigger than maybe you have in the past, if you haven't been involved in that. So those were some of the things that I just wanted to touch on about what RSVP is. And if you have any further questions, you can certainly reach out to me. You can call me at the Volunteer Center number. It's 429-9445, and I would be happy to talk with you about this. But one of the things that Deb and I wanted to talk a little bit about, because it is making a difference, are what's been happening since COVID-19 precautions have come into place. Like I said, it was my first day of employment, and we all got sent home to work from home. So let's talk a little bit, Deb, about what that's meant to our volunteers. What have you been seeing?
Basically that everybody's staying at home because there's really nothing to do. So I think it's very frustrating for people. Some have reported that they're taking care of their elderly parents, so they don't want to go out anywhere and risk passing something on to their, their elderly family members. Some of them have their own health issues and so are just not ready to go out into public yet. And some are ready to get out there, but there's nowhere to go. Not a lot to do.
Yeah, that's one thing that we've really noticed with our stations. They're having to look at those affiliate members that we have. How do they utilize volunteers now? Some have just put a freeze and a hold on it where volunteers are not coming into their places yet. Others are re-engaging volunteers in new ways. Some are finding more things that folks can do from home via technology. And if you're a senior that's savvy in those areas, please reach out to us because we can probably help get you connected more quickly. They're also developing social distancing changes in their processes, their procedures at places and how they're going to do that. And Deb and I will talk about a couple opportunities at the end of this today where we know you can get connected still in places that are making some of those changes. But we just want you to know that here we're monitoring things nationally and locally for what's happening in regard to COVID-19. And that's one of the really nice things about being part of the RSVP program nationally is we monthly have phone calls, and then there are different ones during the week where we get together and we talk with other people that are working with this program across the nation. And what kind of challenges are they having? But not only that, what kind of opportunities are they finding? What are new ways that we can engage senior volunteers out in the community? Now, some of those may come to us more quickly than others. And that's one reason probably Deb and I were a little hesitant on what we were going to say in today's meeting with everyone. We're just not sure day to day what we can offer you for new opportunities out there. But if we get to know you now and we get to know what your preferences are and what you like to do and what kind of organizations you'd like to be involved in, the more we find that out now, as those opportunities open up, we can plug you in quickly. Versus waiting a month or two or whenever things lighten up after all of this COVID and trying to do it all at once then. So if you reach out to us now over the next few weeks, over the next month, it'll give us a chance to get to know you. We do have office hours by appointment. Deb and I now are doing our social distancing here in our conference room. When we meet with guests that are coming in from the outside, we all still wear our face masks. We just took them off for this presentation today so that you could get to see us and know us. But otherwise, we would be wearing our face masks in here for that too. Deb, do you want to tell them a little bit about, Deb really does one program for us that's super, and it's our Reading Coaches program. Want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So our Reading Coaches for Kids are currently in the Green Bay School District. The majority of the volunteers are RSVP volunteers, so over 55. I'd like to say 55 and better. And but the program is not only for 55 and better. And anyone over the age of 18 can be a reading coach. And it's not necessarily a tutoring program, it's a reading program. So we don't use any kind of curriculum, learning to read curriculum or anything like that. Our volunteers are, they're just support. We like to say that they're a bridge or a support for those kids that may not have an adult outside of school to read with. So basically what happens is the student will be reading a book either based on that student's choice or the teacher's choice, and whatever they're working on at that time. The student will read, the volunteer is sitting next to them and reading along with them, reading silently, hearing what the student is reading. And our training involves a lot of tips and tricks for how to help kids read when they get stuck at a certain point, things like that, asking them questions about the plot and things like that. And of course, it's dependent on the age of the kids. So we do K through 5. So it's a really wide range of how much kids can read. So we were working on getting reading coaches in the other school districts in Brown County. I had meetings with all of them, almost all of them, before COVID happened, and it was going to be starting up this school year. So I was really frustrated about that because we've been working on that a long time. Currently, the school districts that are in person, like Ashwaubenon, West De Pere, they are not having volunteers come in. So even if Green Bay was having school in person, there wouldn't be volunteers in the classroom right now. What we're working on right now is trying to get a virtual option going. So we've got a couple of different options. One is providing books to the student and to the volunteer. So they each have the same book. The student is reading the book, the volunteer is reading along. They're seeing each other on Google Meets, which is what the school uses for their platform. So that's one way to do it. The other way is to possibly use a program where there's a digital book online that the student and the volunteer would both see on the screen. So the student would open up the book, share their screen with the volunteer. So there is a little bit of technology learning involved. I do have a number of current reading coaches who have expressed the interest in doing that. So we're just kind of waiting on the school district for some help there. They, of course, have a lot going on. So normally we don't start the reading coach program until the beginning of October, middle of October anyway, depending on if it's a coach that was coming back, they may go ahead and get right involved with their past classroom teacher. But normally we kind of let things settle in anyway. So that is an option. If somebody is wanting to get into the reading coach program, just knowing that you're not going to be doing that in person right now, but helping a student out online virtually would be great. One other program that is going on that the school district needs is a meal delivery program. So most of the students, the families go to their school, they pick up their lunches, they do that every day. But there are some that are not able to do that. They are not able to get to the school. So the social workers in the school are working with those families. And they're looking for people to give 1 hour a day, Monday through Friday, have the same route every day, every week, go to the school, pick up the meals and deliver them to the homes. It's no contact. So of course you'd wear a mask going to pick up the meals at the school, but then there's no contact when you deliver to the homes. So that's a real easy thing to do. It's just through the Green Bay Area Public School website, which if anyone is interested, they can give me a call. My direct line is 920-406-0184. My email is deb@volunteergb.org. So I would be willing to talk to anyone about either one of those programs. We also have a program where we're working with a program called A Call to Care. And this is a program where we are setting up pen pals. So it's seniors matched with a young adult. Anywhere, we can do it locally, or we can match with anyone in the country. Just as a chance to kind of meet someone else virtually and have some connection that way. A senior can also request to be matched with another senior. So if anyone is interested in that program, you can also give me a call.
Thanks. If anyone's interested in just getting that RSVP application filled out, you can find it on our website. It's www.volunteergreenbay. It's just the gb.org. So it's volunteergb.org. That's really all you need to do to join us. Reminder that our office is only open by appointment. So if you just pop over here, you might not find someone. So make that phone call first or check us out on the website. There is one other opportunity that I wanted to mention. We just got word this week, and that's one that maybe if you're already an RSVP volunteer, you might be really interested in too. Habitat for Humanity has opened up to taking volunteers back into helping work, and on a lot of different connectivity levels. So on Monday, September 21st, they're going to be offering tours, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. It is at 10:30 in the morning and at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, or 10 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. And actually, I'm going to be on site there, 10:30 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. And I'm going to be on site there when they're doing those, so that if you're not an RSVP volunteer, but you're interested in that, I could talk with you at the same time we're doing the tour and going around there. But they have lots of different things that are done there, from working kind of alone by yourself doing things to cashiering out on the floor. So that's another option that's just out there, and a time that we could get to meet each other and connect. So thanks for taking time and listening to us today. We really appreciate that, and we look forward to, gosh, we hope soon, face-to-face meeting and seeing some of you. And Melissa, thanks for helping us get this off and rolling today.
No problem, ladies. Thank you.
Thanks.